Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about motivation and some other stuff. I'm running out of video ideas. That's okay. Let's just jump into it. Motivation is something that I've struggled with for pretty much my entire life. Like, not even exaggerating, like pretty much my entire life has been me wanting to do something and then trying to do it and then just not keeping up with it and then getting bored of it and then starting a new thing. That's pretty much been the cycle for as long as I can remember. And I think a lot of people are in the same boat. Attention spans are much shorter than they used to be. I think the internet has done quite a number on that, on us. There's also like a global like mental health crisis happening right now. So yeah, it makes sense that we can't focus. But I'm here to tell you the secret to motivation. That's what you came here. That's what the title was. That's why you clicked on this video. So here's the secret. You want to know what the secret is? The secret is motivation is not, or should not be, your goal in the first place. You should not want to be motivated to, well, in the case of this part of the internet, develop your game. You should just be developing your game. That should be a habit. Not something that you are excited to do every single day, because frankly, that is not realistic. It's sort of paradoxical, but through research and my own trials, I've discovered that the more that I work on my games, the more I want to work on my games. And ultimately, that should be your goal, working on your games, not being motivated or being anything. Motivation is great, but it is not consistent. It sort of comes and goes, and you should exploit that motivation when it does arrive. But if it's suddenly not there, for whatever reason, well, you still want to work on your games, but if you don't have the motivation to do it, and you rely on that motivation, then you're not going to get anything done, because you're relying on this emotion to sort of just carry you through the process of forcing yourself to do something. Your goal should not be to be motivated. It should be to get in the habit of working on your games every single day. And if you do that, you won't need motivation. So don't rely on motivation. Instead, work on your self-discipline. A method I often see recommended is I'm actually not sure what it's called. It's something like the no 0 days rule, or the no 0% days rule, or something. Basically, the idea is to not have any days where you get nothing done. The more you work on your games, the easier it is to get yourself to work on your games. So, if days go by where you don't work on your games at all, well, then it's going to be much harder than it otherwise would be to get stuff done. For me, personally, whenever I'm in a slump, I find that it's difficult, but you really just need to get over that big that hill, that ramp on the roller coaster, and it's very difficult. I mean, there's no like trick or secret method. It's just you have to force yourself to work on your games, and then as time passes, it will get easier. Hopefully this makes sense to you. I didn't have a script for this video, so I hope this is somewhat useful for you. Another thing is finishing your games. Nothing will crush your motivation more than the thought of, oh, I don't have to worry about working on my games because, if I get tired of them, I can just start a new project that I'm more interested in. Yeah, that sort of artificial motivation at the beginning of a project where you're excited about all the possibilities, that's very temporary. And you really should see your projects all the way through. I'm laughing because I'm actually already recorded the video, but I completely forgot to talk about this because, interestingly, it's not really a problem that I've ever had, because when I first got into game dev, I was bombarded by people telling me to finish my games, because apparently that's very important. So finish your games. Don't just scrap them halfway through. You have nothing to show for that. Another thing, I sort of covered it in my last video about telling other people about your games. That's a good way to sort of motivate you via external motivation, by telling other people about your games. It sort of gives a sense of obligation to live up to your own standards, if that makes sense. Or live up to other people's expectations. That sounds better. Oh, here's an idea. Write a comment down below telling us about your game and that you're going to work on your game, so that way you'll feel obligated to do so. Solve the problem right there. You get a motivation, I get an algorithm boost. We do each other solid. This is dumb. I notice, I realize I'm looking at the screen. I should be looking at the camera. I never fixed that. Sorry. In conclusion, motivation is nice, and you should exploit it if it arrives. But don't rely on it, because it might not arrive. Instead, and most likely, you're just going to have to force yourself to work on your games, to make it a habit, to work it into your routine through sheer force of discipline, really. I'll also put some links in the description for some more motivational resources. First thing I want to talk about is my upload schedule. You'll notice that for the past few weeks, I've been uploading only every 2 weeks instead of every 1 week. This is due to a number of things, one of which happens to be motivation. Also, another thing is the heat. It's the summer. There was like a 5-day heat wave recently, and I couldn't get anything done. And yes, I am blaming my lack of content production on the weather, and I'm not sorry for it. It's pretty miserable. Well, it's much better now, actually. Unfortunately, this trend is probably going to continue until maybe like early August, because I'm actually going on vacation for like 3 weeks. And that will, obviously, I won't be able to make videos. But maybe I can get like one video in there, or by making it ahead of time. But yeah. I want to say thanks again for 100 subscribers. I mentioned it in the last video, but I don't know. I'm really glad and excited with the channel and where it's going, even though it's, maybe it's a small milestone, but we're already at like 130 something subscribers. And yeah, if any of you new subscribers want to give me any video ideas, that would be great, because I am running out of video ideas. I've been thinking about making tutorials as a video idea, but I don't know. Well, first off, I don't know how good a teacher I would be, but I guess there's a first time for everything. Also, Godot 4 is going to come out, well, the alpha will come out this month, maybe? I don't know. So, I don't know if it would even be relevant anymore, but yeah, anyways. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope this video wasn't too terrible, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.